told me that I'm a person of strong character and not one to back down from something I stand firmly on. I'll share a simple situation, but the simplicity of this situation is a direct reflection of my character and how my actions influence others. Ring, 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 or whatever tone our phone plays nowadays. Hello, I said. It was a lazy weekday morning. I had off from work. Hi, this is, I don't remember the young lady's name, from Doris Miller Elementary School. There was an incident at school today during lunch involving your son, and we were asking for a parent to come to the school. She informed me that my son had hit another boy in the mouth when that kid had repeatedly tried to pull down his pants on the playground and push him around. I had to hold back my laughter. They also told me that my son was being held in the school's office. I wasn't in a huge hurry to get to the school, but after hearing that part, I dropped whatever it was I was doing and headed straight there. This was a very well-raised kid with proper old Southern manners, a well-behaved kid who never had a history of starting trouble with his peers. This was also the first incident, or at least that I was aware of something happening at school. Of course I am biased, but I did not immediately take up his side without first going in to weigh the options and listen to the facts of the situation. I drove to the school and walked in the office firmly and seriously with the presence, but not so much as to storm the counter. It was a matter I take seriously. A father teaches his son man stuff, and here was my boy hitting someone for the first time. I was prepared to discuss the situation with an open mind. It sounded like self-defense, but I did not have all the facts yet. I walked up the school's nicely landscaped walkways to the office door, where I went in and up to the little counter decorated in paper plates the kids had drawn on from first grade class. The lady behind the counter spunkily said, "Hello, may I help you?" "Yes, my name is Dustin. I received a phone call informing me that my son hit another boy in the mouth and that kid had repeatedly harassed him. I was asked to come to the school," I firmly stated. I am sure there was a quick grin on my face. "Oh no, that's not good. Let me get the counselor for you." Her reply rang with false concern. Oh, I can't wait to meet this hardcore human being, I thought to myself. The school's counselor led me to her office and had me take a seat at a 2-foot-tall table in this little plastic chair that I thought I was going to break. I remember thinking, I know this is an elementary school, full of little ones, but don't adults ever visit the counselor? She pulled up another little chair so close to me that her knee was touching mine. So I took a little scoot back, trying not to be rude. She placed her hand on my knee as if she were a doctor about to diagnose me with some horrific disease, and informed me of what had happened. I thought to myself, this can't be real. All over boys being boys, and a punch? What is this world coming to? "Mr. Brungardt, your son is in trouble because the students are taught to tell someone not to hit others." Her voice was soft and meek. I explained to her that I have taught my son to tell an adult or the proper authorities if he witnesses a criminal act or something he is not able to intervene in or handle on his own. He is taught that it is not okay for him to hit people in anger or to start problems, but first and foremost, if there is a direct threat to him, he is to act in self-defense only. The school's counselor explained to me that is not what they want the kids to do. "Well, your teachings differ from mine, which is okay, but I promise he is going to listen to Dad's guidance over yours. We can agree to disagree, but as for now, I demand that he goes back to class, because he is being unfairly punished. He has done nothing wrong, and is now missing class and vital life skills." I remember thinking, this could have easily waited till the end of the day. The counselor told me, "The other boy is in the nurse for a hurt cheek," and asked me how I feel about this. I'm sure my grin from earlier came back. I confidently stated, "I feel fine. The kid's jaw should hurt, and hopefully it will make him think about his actions in the future." I was just giving her a little flack. I wasn't being so cocky, just letting her know I wasn't falling for it. And I knew the kid's jaw was fine. This was all part of the school's game. I just thought to myself, any regular boy would not go to the nurse for a hurt cheek. Plus, I knew which boy it was. He and my son would roughhouse all the time. Taking you back a year prior to my tour in Iraq, I specifically remember a young boy near the age of 10 who would eagerly sneak over to the wall of the compound we occupied. I had made friends with this boy. I was able to speak basic Arabic with him. I would give him Iraqi dinar, Iraqi currency, in exchange for falafels, sandwiches similar to a torta. He especially loved the Three Musketeers bars. His smile was big, yet his body and the way he looked around implied anxiousness. I would spend time talking and playing with them through the wall when safe. I spent about 7 months in Ar-Ramadi, the capital of the Al-Anbar province in central Iraq at a very young age, around 21, as a member of the United States Marine Corps Infantry. Although as a whole, the majority of American society views the Iraqi and Afghani people as their enemy, this is most certainly not the case. As I went through daily infantry life in a combat zone with our enemy, insurgents, not Iraqis, I was able to keep a level head and view no group of people based on skin color or where they are from as a bad thing. Many are not able to do this as they want or need a place to divert their blame and or emotions that they feel as they are faced with the culture of that society and combat operations, causing them to act out. Similar to the kid on the playground, but on a much larger scale. As very few young members of the military will recall, in a time of stress, knowing who our true enemy is was also part of our training. General Mattis, one of the Marine Corps' top commanding generals at the time, had written the two corollaries to one of his training guidelines regarding the enemy. Although I read this in 2007, I have always remembered it as we fought our enemy and as I moved through daily life and encountered people of a different ethnicity or culture than I. What he had written was, the Iraqi people are not our enemy, but our enemy lies amongst them. A U.S. Marine is the ultimate of warriors, as we are taught and studied. We are to think clear no matter what, remain calm in times of stress, react appropriately, be quiet and humble, yet have a plan to kill everyone you meet. The James Bond of military men, my own analogy. Young men and women are given a great deal of responsibility from steering a $100 million ship in the middle of the night as the captain sleeps, to being the eyes and the ears for a pilot in the back of an $80 million helicopter containing 4 lives. Or the ultimate of challenges, being in charge of making the right calls on a foot patrol as a squad leader with 12 men following your orders. Yet some of these young men and women, even in a situation of serious combat, still have to pull each other's pants down. They are simply unable to not act out or control their immature childish actions and emotions while under that type of stress, when no senior leadership is around. I had witnessed a peer of mine on rooftop security of a home we were in take a shit in one of our portable bathroom patrol bags and throw it down to the kids playing on the street. There were a lot of kids out that day. We often gave the kids such things as candy and toys, so they were always eager to see what was inside of our packages. The young man who threw it down thought this was funny. When I got a hold of him, I made it very clear that it was not funny, counterproductive, and made sure he wouldn't do this around me in the future. It was counterproductive because it went against one of our missions, counterinsurgency, winning the hearts and minds of the people who reside in the country we are fighting in, showing them we are not the enemy and we aren't there to fight the people. The children of the country are the future. They have such an influential mind, and through them the greatest changes can occur in the future. Who cares about color or religion? It never once crossed my mind as I attempted to count out foreign currency for the little boy who would bring me things. Who knows how much money this little one made off of me? In the movie Lone Survivor, based on a true story, towards the end of the movie, the director focuses on a remote village in Afghanistan that houses and protects a U.S. Navy SEAL, a special operations unit, from the true enemy. Their belief is that they protect any person in a time of need seeking shelter from their wrongful aggressor. If they provide shelter to someone, the whole village will protect that individual from any enemy at any cost, even if that enemy is of the same culture. I personally was on a military transition team working directly with Iraqi soldiers to assist in the training they lacked, winning those hearts and minds of the people who work hand in hand with their military. I made friends with a few of the soldiers as well and would head over to their building when not on mission to hang out, dine with them, and make trades as well. I would ground fight with a few of the soldiers too. I guided my peers through my own teachings, personality, and ethos to reaffirm them of their ethics when they would make poor choices, choices to which I made very clear were of poor judgment. Thank you.